What's up and welcome to another McMuscles Midnight Massacre. I'm very excited.
I'm less excited.
Well,
we did it though. We watched it.
It's too bad. Everyone's big talking about this new Doom movie releasing. Yeah, Doom fans are, and like, oh, this will be bad, and everyone can't wait for that. Like I said before, you either go in going, oh man, this is going to be good, or you go, oh man, this is going to be bad. And you're like,
and you're excited either way.
I'm excited either way. So
you
this
were.
Is, as you can see in the title above me, Doom Annihilation. This is a direct-to-video adaptation of Doom that Bethesda, the publisher, or id Software, I think, the developer of Doom, literally wrote a tweet saying we are not associated with this movie.
Oh, nice.
Like, we had no input on this.
Good endorsement.
It is a good endorsement. Because it led many to believe, and, you know, mostly correct, that this would not be a very good film and they're just disassociating with it. But I'm here to tell you that, shockingly, we'll get into it a bit more in the meat of this, the movie is not as bad as I assumed it was going to be.
You kept comparing it to the Rock one.
Well, yeah, because that was a litmus test, like that, not a litmus test, that was the high watermark, the bar, if you would, to be like, that's a bad video game movie. I mean, 2005 had, like, you know, that first Hitman movie.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the last Lara Croft, Angelina Jolie, was like 2004, 2003, something around that.
Okay.
So,
working at Idols flashbacks.
Exactly. Why Doom needed a movie, especially when it's not even based on the current, like, branding of Doom?
Yeah, like, where are you coming from? Who's asking for this?
No, because, like, classic Doom, like, the latest Doom from 2016 had a pretty, you know, the most story it's had in a while, but still not, like, a whole lot of story. It's Hell Monsters, right?
That's your story.
So, this Doom Annihilation is directed and written by some guy. I don't know his name, but I think he probably is a fan of the games, and with what he had, probably tried his best. That's not to say it's very good, but it's a weird mishmash of a couple of Doom tropes and storyline things. A lot of stuff from Doom 3, but other bits here and there. But basically, we have a squad of alien rip-off Marines, which you get about 4 minutes of that exposition of all of them. There's a black guy, there's an Asian girl, there's like a dubbed Russian woman, we think.
We think she was dubbed because her lines all sounded really weird, but anyway.
It just sounded a bit off. And then we have our protagonist, Joanne Dark, which it just blows my mind. I'm like, there's no coincidence that Joanna Dark, a Perfect Dark, another first-person shooter, is also in this. And this leads to I'll talk about in a second, but many video game references across the board.
One thing I know about her is when I seen her face, I was like, I know you. And then I looked it up, and then I'm like, oh, like, dirty secret, I'm gonna out myself right now. I used to watch Once Upon a Time, okay?
Yeah.
Don't fucking at me.
You talking shit about this Doom movie you watched Once Upon a Time.
Whatever, okay? Let's just, there was a reason.
Yeah, sure.
It's not I wanted to.
Okay.
But she was Merida, because I think she's a Scottish actress, so they picked a Scottish actress to play, you know, Merida from Brave. So she's not this big, pompous, like, curly, horrific red hair thing that she would wear.
This, yeah.
No, she didn't have it in this, and she didn't have her accent either, because it was, like, obviously overdone.
Yeah, a little
bit. But then I was like, she's alright. I kind of, like, I'm into, like, her as an actress, as a face. Like, she's in Doom now.
Just you better get used to it.
Yeah.
So she meets up with all these like other squad members.
They all hate her, but we don't know why.
We don't know why, but they're like, and they get their food and they leave when she comes out of her alien cryostasis tube. But then there's one guy, this fucking nerd, this scientist guy.
Yeah, there's always a scientist tag along.
There always has to be, and he's just kind of still friendly with her, and they just have some type of history.
Yeah, or something like that.
So they go down to this research station, like that's controlled by the UAC, which is a Doom thing, on the moon of Phobos, one of the best moons of Mars. There's another one, Deimos, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Deimos is my favorite. There's Deimos and Phobos.
Right. Everything gets fucking foobarred really, really quick. They go down there, like, everyone's just kind of gone. And it's weird. You already start to, like, as a Doom video game fan, I'm like, well, where are all the bodies? Where's all the gore? Where's all the anything? And it's because the UAC has been trying to make like a teleportation thing from Mars to Nevada in America. For reasons, we want teleportation, and something went wrong. There's this evil doctor. He's not evil at the start, but you know he's the evil doctor. He has the evil doctor face, and they're like, what happened?
They opened up a portal down.
All the Marines come down, and they have their little bike helmets on. They all look like Tony Hawk. They got their little plastic guns. They look really, really fake. And then a battle ensues. A very long battle. And then they get picked off one by one. Action, horror, sci-fi movie. That's basically their guts.
Just stretching
people died, and there was a scene towards the end. There's enough. More horror than maybe that another movie we watched. Anyway. So, was there anything, I'm very interested to know, was there anything you liked or thought was passable? You yourself, not just us.
All the likes here are yours.
Sorry?
All the likes here are yours.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Listen, I've played a little bit of Doom. I haven't played a lot of it. I played like
You're more of a Bioshock lady.
I'm more of a Bioshock girl. But I mean, I'll give it, so the stuff that excited you and you really like kind of were just not there for me, like over my head, like all the references and stuff like that.
But you can understand how
But-
someone would get excited, right?
Yes. But I'll wait for the dislikes. That'll be my time to shine.
Okay, so there's nothing you like. Well, what I liked is already talked about.
Merida.
Yes,
The girl.
the main girl. Actually, I thought she was alright.
She's alright.
There's a surprising amount of video game references from Doom and other things. They said Joanna Dark, but then someone picks up a name tag from a dead body and goes B.J. William Blazkowicz, which is like the name of the hero from Wolfenstein. All of the Wolfensteins. And I'm like, that's kind of funny.
I played a lot of Wolfenstein, and I don't remember that.
It only says it in the
I'm just a
opening.
girl.
It only says it in the opening text scroll.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
it,
don't
you
remember.
know. Or if you had the instruction manual, you know.
I did.
So there's that. When they have their little HUD readouts on their little view screens and their little helmets, it says level 1, and it has a little map readout. That one guy gets a super shotgun from Doom 2. There's a chainsaw involved. All of that, just that, makes this better than the Rock movie, because the Rock movie had very little. It had like the BFG 9000, which this movie also had.
I like that part.
You did like
I thought that was cool. I'm
you
wearing neon in honor of the goo.
because of the green light, yeah.
And also JWoww.
Plasma. So because of JWoww?
Remember
Yes,
she had
of
a dress
course.
like this the
I
other
thought you
day
meant
on
she was a
Jersey Shore.
Doom.
No, I wish.
I wish. That was
Damn, she
a lot
fucks
better.
some people up. She a southpaw.
She would.
Yeah.
So I liked all the video game references. There's a couple more thrown in there, and there are little bits and bobs where I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Imps show up. That's another. It actually leads to a bad thing, which I'll actually go into. Imps show up. There are some zombies. They're fast zombies, which pisses me off. Doom zombies should not be that fast. They're just generic, like, purple. They look like they got bloated. They're blue and purple.
Yeah,
and
the
they just
makeup
run
was
at
bad. Are you
you.
talking about the first ones that we saw? They were like had a bluish tint. It wasn't even purple. It was bluey purple. And
they're all scientists.
Good. And like, what happened to them? They're not the
They
help
never show.
monsters.
It never
They're
showed.
just the scientists that. Are you zombies? What are you? Is it a virus?
The evil doctor goes through the
TGB?
portal, and it just cuts to like
Yeah,
mayhem.
that's stupid. And then one thing,
It was not great.
That whole scene was bad, right? The whole initial shootout with those guys was bad.
It went on too long. It
There
wasn't.
the IKEA wall. Okay,
Yes,
sorry, I
really.
have to.
Yes,
Okay,
it's fine.
so they're in this. We're in the garden or in the botanic or the something, and it's literally like a wall that you can get like the ivy leaves in the squares of IKEA, and they just plaster
Real
it. And I
plastic.
was like,
Yeah.
yo, bitch.
I mean,
you already got your guns from Dollarama.
You
and
made
now
a comment. You made a comment. I was like, oh, it's not that bad. But then, since they stay in that scene for so long, you
see
see
it a
so
lot.
much of it.
It's not
I was
like it's just in the
pretty
corner
bad.
for 1 second. They're like, okay, let's just do like the IKEA wall. It's fine.
Yeah.
But you're like, it's like in the background of this 30-minute scene often.
And it's really boring shooting. You
It's
kind of
not
don't.
fun.
You kind of don't know who's who, because unlike say Aliens or Predator, where every Marine or like Commando guy has like. They're just a little similar. They all have accoutrements. They all have like headbands, or I have a helmet, or I have this, and they're all very distinctive. They're all dressed in like black jumpsuits and a little Tony Hawk helmet, and I'm just like, I have no idea who's shooting who, whatever. What I did like, before we move into dislikes, is the Australian guy. There's this fucking Australian actor who's terrible. I'm not even sure he's really Australian. He could have been put in on a show or whatever. But every line he has is fucking gold. It's so bad. It's room levels, so I appreciated him.
Okay, you guffawed a few times.
So yeah, going to the negatives is that, like, yeah, there's zombies and then there's imps. And that's basically it. Doom has, like, a dozen monsters. I'm not saying all of them have to be in there, but like 3 or 4 or whatever.
Well, at the end, there's a few more.
Sort of.
1 or 2 more.
Sort of. But what, like, happens...
Oh, but you like that there was a guy in a suit.
So when the imps do show up in the initial part, it is guys in rubber suits, which I will always prefer to bad CG.
Yeah.
Do I want really good CG? Is that my preference? Yes. But if I can't get good CG, I'll settle for a guy in a suit. The last thing I want is bad CG.
Okay.
That's the worst.
That's the tier.
That's the tier, because it always looks unnatural. So these imps in the rubber suits, they even throw out a little fireball, just like imps do in the game. And I'm like, it's kind of cute. But that's it for the monsters, because after that, it's just more, it's the evil doctor, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then we go into literally the best part of the movie, which is, I'm just going to spoil it, Joanna Dark goes to hell. Now, this is the first time The Rock, in the Rock version, didn't even flirt, didn't even sniff of going to hell.
He's not as tough as her, I guess.
It's not apparent. Well, okay, The Rock is actually the bad guy. It's Carl Urban, Judge Dredd / that guy. I don't know. I don't know if you remember him.
No, I know him.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of the Doom guy, but they don't even get to hell. Anyway, they go to hell, and it's all of the money was spent on this scene.
Yeah.
The CG was shockingly good. I was like, oh, whoa. The imps then changed their character design to look exactly like imps from Doom 2016. Again, weird. But it looks a lot better. There's even a big bad guy boss, and it's an original creature. It's not from Doom.
He looked cool.
He looked really cool. He looked like he's out of Lord of the Rings or something. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And there's even a shot that replicates the Doom poster. Like the Doom box art, where there's all these demons kind of pointing at like the Doom soldier and being like, fuck him up, fuck him up. And I'm just like, that's pretty cool. In terms of the rest of the dislikes, though, it's like the movie looks so fucking cheap. Like,
aside from that one scene that they spent all the money on.
Yeah. Every set, every whatever.
It was all trash.
It was all trash. And it's distractingly so. It's because you're in this futuristic sci-fi. It looked like Jason X, and Jason X looks really cheap and really Canadian. Really shitty.
Yeah, that was so good.
But it looked really bad.
I love Jason X.
It looks even worse than Jason X, because Jason X has a little bit of stylization going along. It's a lot of shadows, a lot of like neon colors here and there. But this just looked like...
it had Jason.
And it had Jason.
And then it had Jason X.
But then it had Jason X, very good.
One thing I just remember that I did like in this movie too, was that she does do some like these cool super moves at one point that are a little over the top, but I like them.
Yeah, especially towards the end when she's in hell, she does these cool flips and stuff.
Yeah, that was not bad. I'd say I have more likes than I thought.
There you go. So, it's a bad movie. The acting's terrible. The story is non-existent. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be dreadful, like I wouldn't even... And it's in this right thing where like just enough stuff is stupid, just enough video game references where I kind of like give it a pass, where I'm like, would I watch this again? Probably not. Would I watch a sequel, like another one? Yeah, I probably would. Because the other ultimate bad thing is, I won't go into depth on this, but the movie just cuts off. It just credits. And you're like, whoa, there could have had, an extra 5 minutes. The movie's short. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. So.
Okay, so what's a better movie, this or Jason X?
I mean, I guess Jason X, just because there's more kills and more like, like fun stuff going on. But, I would still maybe...
Because you'd watch Jason X again, but you wouldn't watch this again.
I don't know if I'd watch Jason X again. But that last time we watched it like a year ago, that was maybe the 4th or 5th time I watched it, and I think I'm kind of good now.
Like for another few years.
Yeah, let's say that. Plus the Doom, I'm like, I want to see more. Or it's Jason, it's like, I've seen a lot of Jason. So, Doom Annihilation, if you're a Doom mega fan, absolutely.
You have to watch anything.
Absolutely see it, yeah.
If you're a Doom
If
mega
you're
fan.
just kind of passively familiar with Doom and you're just like, I want to see sci-fi horror, it's not very satisfying. There's not a lot of meat on this corpse, as it were. So I was still shocked by its overall quality. I did feel like at least someone at the top, the writer, director, whoever, cared a little bit about Doom or whatever.
Quality. You just said there was no quality. You mean quality of like maybe the references and the end scene?
Yeah, passionate. Like they cared about it, you know, about trying to make the best thing they could, but they didn't have a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of whatever. So that is Doom Annihilation. I enjoyed it a lot more than you, but let's say, okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you were watching a Bioshock movie of the same quality, you'd still be really interested in seeing what happens, though, yeah?
The sets are too elaborate for it to be
of course.
bad quality, like
You're
on
right.
Bioshock.
But
That's why they haven't made one. Like, why haven't they made this?
They did. They almost, they didn't do it, but they got really close.
Almost don't count.
But they're going to start production.
Are
And
they?
No, they were going to a couple of years ago, and then it just fell apart.
Yeah, it's gonna be too high
Yeah, maybe.
level.
Not for Doom though. Doom can be made cheaply at any time. You just need a couple of rooms and
A trip to IKEA.
skate helmets and a trip to IKEA
Dollarama.
and Nerf guns.
Yeah.
So that's Doom Annihilation, and that's another Matt McMuscles Midnight Massacre.
A Matt McMuscles! Oh shit!
This was a Matt McMuscles episode.
This was.
To be
I'll
fair.
give it to you.
I'm sure there's gonna be a movie or two appealing.
I'm glad I thought of the concept of the series for it to be called.
It's fine.
I'll give it to you.
So we will see you guys tomorrow night. I think we're it for video game
You don't
based
know.
movies. I think that's it.
I don't know.
No, that's it. Is there one more?
Maybe.